Hello, everyone. Welcome to ELI, the place where you get your daily dose of inspiration for entrepreneurship. And today we have with us Miss Susmitha Lakkakula, who is the founder of CloudTailor, which is India's leading personalized fashion and tailoring services for women. Hi, Susmitha. Welcome to ELI.
Hi Priya, how are you?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Good.
Awesome. So I would request you to introduce yourself to our audience, please.
Okay, I'm Susmitha Lakkakula. I'm from Hyderabad. I'm the founder of CloudTailor, which is a D2C tailoring services. We provide personalized tailoring services for women and
Mm-hmm.
kids. And starting with the journey of, before starting with the journey of CloudTailor, about me, I have around 19 plus years of experience in software. Have worked in various companies starting from Wipro
Mm-hmm.
and final did an exit from Dell and complete my education. I did MS from BITS Pilani and an executive MBA from IIM Kolkata.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And tell us a bit about CloudTailor. What kind of company it is?
So we provide tailoring services for women. Why tailoring services for women? So the main we are addressing the pain points here, like might be every home you see a woman struggling going to the tailor shop, asking them when are you going to deliver, or making rounds
Mm-hmm.
and not getting a proper designed outfit, alterations, and most importantly 80% of the women generally go to a tailor shop. Very niche people have their own designers.
Mm-hmm.
So Cloud Tailor is addressing all these issues and the concerns, wherein a woman can get a direct access to a designer. She can directly discuss her designs, whatever she would like to, for let it be an occasion, a festival or some personal occasion, or let it be a formal
Mm-hmm.
wear. She can directly interact with the designer, and the beautiful part of it is this can be completely tracked. Your garment has been received at the Cloud Tailor Center. Today
Mm-hmm.
we are doing the cutting. It's undergoing the process of stitching. The hemming is in process. Today the garment will be delivered to your location. So you can track the whole life journey of the garment.
Okay.
So this facility is, so this is a in-house. We have built the complete software.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So that's why this is a complete D2C brand.
Got you. So is it like the customer has to provide their garment or material, and then CloudTailor will just do the tailoring bit, or how does it work?
Yeah, so here we do have a tie-up with various fabric vendors also. We operate in various models, in three models, where we have exclusive branded outlets. We are present across 13 cities and we have around 25 outlets. We call them
Mm-hmm.
branded outlets, wherein the
Okay.
design, wherein the customer can directly walk into our store and give her fabric. And our designer will give the designs what suits her according to her body type. She can directly have a discussion with her and then order
Mm-hmm.
will be placed. Then the other model is we have our store in store formats, wherein we have a tie up with few fabric stores. So there also our designers are present, and customer who purchases the fabric over there, our designers will help them out, assist them on the designs that can go along with that fabric. And the other most important one, what we have is the online. So you can sit anywhere across the world and you can place an order on the Cloud Tailor app. You want a
Mm-hmm.
office formals, or you want a party occasion wise, or a marriage, for any occasion. It's one stop solution for all the tailoring services. So they can place an order online and our designers will get in touch with them, understand their requirement, and they can courier the fabric to our locations wherever we are present. We are present right now in Delhi,
Mm-hmm.
Pune, Hyderabad, Bangalore, Ahmedabad, and Patna, and various other tier 2 and tier 3 cities also. So they can select the location where they want to send the fabric. And then
Mm-hmm.
we will stitch it and then again ship it across the world.
Got you. Curious to know how this model came to your mind, because it's not a very, well practiced or scalable model, if you will. Not many other companies are trying to solve this problem. So what was the initial hypothesis, or how did this came to your mind?
Okay. This was came out of my problems and the troubles which I had during my pregnancy, wherein I could not step out of the house, but I needed some garments. That's when I felt like this is a problem for every woman out there.
Mm,
They can be specially abled or pregnant women of mothers with small young kids. They cannot go out, and they give this fabric to a tailor, and they have to frequent follow-ups, call-ups, and all these things do happen.
mhm,
So that's when I got this idea of starting up online platform, and coming from the tech background. So if I would have started a boutique, then I would have restricted myself to one particular location. so
mm.
uh, so having the technology in place, then it becomes a scalable model. So that's how this idea has come, and it's a scalable model. So in sitting here in Hyderabad, I can control the operations across India, and customers can place from around the world, and they can get their orders delivered anywhere across the world.
Got you. Once you had the initial idea and hypothesis, how did you go on to execute it? And tell us about the initial days. Like, did you build the technology first, or did you first go to some tailors and onboarded them? So basically, it's a marketplace model. Unless you have certain number of tailors with you, the customers will not come, and vice versa. So how did you start this whole engine?
So it was not easy, I would say. And just being a new mother, and with when my baby was just days, some she was like 45 days old, that's when I got this implemented, started implementing it. So I initially started with a small 300 SFT center, wherein I have hired one master, and I was doing the remaining part of it, execution part. I was taking care, I was running across each and every customer's place, taking my 2 months old baby also, and taking their measurements, understanding what are the pain points of the customer. So I used to discuss with them an idea, if this has been done online, would they prefer, what are the points. So I started collecting a lot of feedback from the customers. I learned fashion designing because I'm completely from a software background. So
Mm,
I have completely utilized the COVID time, wherein I started learning cutting, stitching, everything about a sewing machine, embroideries. I started learning, utilized all that time to understand, and visited various customers. Almost, I might have visited around 400 plus customers' houses,
mhm.
started collecting lot of data points, and then bring it back to the whiteboard, started making a note of these are the pain points. So what way we have to address it to make it into a scalable model. So a lot of R&D was done, and yeah, initial 1 year has been very tough because I had a small baby, and coming from a software background and leaving such a nice high package salary and jumping into this, the journey was quite tough, wherein I was asked a lot of questions. Is this really required for you?
Mm,
uh, so well educated, having such a good job, leaving everything, going to others houses and taking the measurements, carrying your baby along with you. So I had a lot of questions, but then wherein I also, though my parents, everyone had a lot of questions, but still they all supported me during that COVID time. Wherein
mm,
in this between, I also got COVID and got admitted in the hospital. But during that time also, I was attending to the customer calls. Still, I because I felt like this is something which I have to do. uh, this is a pain point, and this is a very good, I should make I should make it a very workable model. So I had that zeal in me, and probably even from the hospital I was working.
Okay.
when I was having the COVID and admitted in the hospital. So had a lot of learning during that time, and I used to come and discuss with my husband, who is also the co-founder, Rudra. He is also having a software background. So we both used to make a note and started implementing. Hired one software engineer on a contract basis. Started making our own. We started developing the UI. We
Mm-hmm.
used to give him the screens and he used to develop the screen. So initial version was a little rough, but then today it is very much polished. Whatever
Mm.
today you see the CloudTailor app in our Play Store or App Store, it went through various revisions, and what it is today, we are even developing. Every day is a challenge, and every day we are improvising on that bit.
Got you. You mentioned when you left your high-paying job and got into entrepreneurship, people like your parent started asking why entrepreneurship and why are you, doing this transition. Curious to know what was your answer to that.
No one is a born entrepreneur, I would say. So it is their state of mind, their financial assistance, and their mental ability to think over it. So these are the things which are very important for any entrepreneur. And no journey, I don't say any entrepreneur journey is very smooth. It has its own ups and downs, but that resilience in you, the perseverance, these are the things which keep it very strong.
Hmm.
And I had their support, and I felt like I should be doing it. That perseverance and resilience in me made me go through all those troubles. And today, where I am is because of all their support and help.
Got you.
And I think in this, family support is very important, and we should be looking out. Probably you should start very young, when your parents or your in laws are there to support you and your family. That's when you can take a little more risk, because they are there to take care of your kids. And so then you can put a little more effort.
Hmm. Right.
So in that case, I was a little comfortable over there.
You said you used to visit the customer's place, taking their size and all. Uh, but that's not a very scalable way of acquiring customers. So, would like to understand how did you figure out the customer onboarding process?
Right. So, this is a very cumbersome cycle. I'll explain you. This is a very cumbersome cycle for any woman. You have to first identify the tailor. If you move out of that city, you have to identify again a new tailor.
Hmm.
And then how do you get the references? You will ask your friends, relatives, get that person. Might be the person who is suitable for that lady might not be suitable for you. This
Hmm.
is another major concern. And what you think will actually suit you, once you get the output, that might not exactly suit you. But the tailor or the master, they will be telling you what he is actually comfortable in making.
Hmm.
He'll say, मैडम इससे ना आप शलवार कमीज ही बनाओ, इससे ना आप डीप नेक मत करवाना, इससे आप ऐसे ही करवा लेना. So that
Hmm.
is a kind of, and we have to obey them, because he's the person who is taking our measurements. Even though sometimes we might be in very uncomfortable situation, but still we have to listen to him. We cannot explain him all the problems. Even if I want a deep neck, I cannot tell him, भैया मुझे deep neck करो. He'll be like, no, that doesn't suit you, and we have to listen to them. So these are the general problems of any woman. So with this, so this is when I started this model in a small scale with a 300 SFT. So I started collecting all these points. What are the pain points? How would, if there is a woman, how would they react to it sitting in that place instead of one master? And because of I'm integrating the technology, the best part is we are integrating the technology into it. That's how it can grow. As you
Hmm.
said, if I would have started a boutique, and that my 300 SFT center, if I would have retained over there, then this would not be a scalable model.
Right.
I would be still sitting with my 300 SFT. I might have made it into a 1000 SFT or a 4000 SFT center. But
Hmm.
today we have 55,000 plus SFT in our fulfillment center. So that's, we have grown so much. If I would be stuck to my 300 SFT center, I would be only with one or two branches. But today I am spread across 13 cities in India, serving the customers globally. have around 25 plus outlets, have around 10 plus tie-ups with various fabric stores. All this is with the technology integration. So each and every our operational partners, we have their logins wherein just by sitting over there, they can just see, okay, which customers, which garment is going on, what is the progress of it. Even the
Mm-hmm.
customers sitting at their home, they need not keep calling us, calling the designers or the masters, what is the shape of my garment, till where has it reached. They can just open the CloudTailor app and they can just see where exactly what is happening. Has the cutting started, or it is in the process of hemming, or today it is going to get delivered, when is it going to get delivered. So everything can be tracked. And even for here at the back end, for the masters, tailors, pickup delivery executives, we have logins for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So everything, so the master before the cutting, he'll start, I'm starting so and so order number, and once he stops the cutting, his cutting is done, he'll stop it, so that the customer gets a notification, okay, the cutting has been done. And the pictures will also be, she can also view the pictures, the output, final output also, she can view the picture before it is getting delivered to her. So that's how it is tailoring made convenient, and it's a one-stop solution. Like, for another most important thing is for mostly for formals, you don't get good tailors out there for formals, women, for blazers or
Right.
office skirts and everything. They have to go to a different master. For
Mm.
lehenga choli or a bridal collection, they might have to search for a different person. For an office casuals, they might have to search a different person. So but CloudTailor is a one-stop solution for all these needs. All the garments can be made here with us. So we have the expertise, the masters from various fields who can do all these things.
Got you. Curious to know, how do a customer find you at today's time? Do they search on Google or find me a online tailor, and are they even aware that this is what is happening in the industry? You can find tailors online.
Yes. So if they click on Tailors online, I think they can find Cloud Tailor. Many of the customers know through our social media activities, whatever we do.
Hmm.
So we have around 2.5 lakh plus app downloads, CloudTeller app downloads, and we have around 65,000 plus orders have been fulfilled, and we have around 65,000 plus customers whose orders have been fulfilled. Not just in India, we have customers from US, Canada, Australia, UK, and various other locations across the world. So yeah, in the past 1 year, lot of work has been done on CloudTailor, and we are every day we are growing.
Another thing that comes to my mind is, why only women? Does it not work in men's category?
Man, how many? For you only, let me ask you, how
Uh,
many outfits do you get stitched?
uh, Actually, no, none. I directly purchase from the store.
That's the reason men is not my market. So generally, if you take that, it is like 80-20. 80% of the women use the tailoring services, and only 20% of the men use the tailoring services. Yeah, going forward, we have plans of doing it for men also, but women is a major market. It is almost 8,000 crores plus market for the women tailoring services only.
Hmm,
So it's a woman and kids is such a huge market. Men, very occasionally they go for stitching. So women is the major market here.
got you. What would you say are some of the biggest challenges that you have faced so far while building and growing this venture?
Some of the biggest challenges, yes. Every day has been a challenge for me, frankly, because coming from a very humble background, uh, there is no one doing any business also in my family.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone have been government employees. So me venturing out, doing something like this has been a challenge almost every day, wherein I had to answer everyone, let it be my parents or my in-laws. Even sometimes my son also used to question me. So that has been a very difficult part for me sometimes, wherein some of the customers, probably software engineers, they would say, okay, we have meetings till 9 o'clock, so can you come down after 9 to do a design discussion, take my measurements?
Mhm.
And I used to hold my 2 months or 3 months old then baby and used to visit their houses. I had to listen a lot.
Mhm.
When they got to know, okay, you were also a software, the mindset has changed for them. When after visiting, after talking to me, they were like, you don't look like a normal tailor or a master, what we thought of. So when they get to know about me, they were like, okay. So they were so very inspired, and they started giving me a lot of data points. Sushmita, I think these are the pain points. If you do like this, then this would be an added advantage for you. These are the some things which we want them to be addressed, which are generally not addressed by outside masters and tailors. So like that, I made a lot of friends, or many of my customers have become like my very good friends now.
Mhm.
And finding a good team, that is on a personal front, and on a professional front, finding a good team, because we are a startup, initially completely bootstrapped. For each and every rupee I used to spend, I'm accountable for that. Every rupee that goes out, I used to make a note: is this really required expense or not? And so these are common in any entrepreneurial journey, and probably for a woman, I might have to answer even more people than men, because how much ever we do, always a question would always be there for a woman, like, is it really required for you at this point of time with the small kids, young family? So yes, it
Mhm.
has been tough for me, but
Gotcha.
that's what resilience and perseverance has pushed me to this extent.
Speaking of rupees, tell us about the the funding part. I think you have grown massively in just 1 or 2 years, and
Yes.
for that kind of growth you need some sort of inorganic route, where you can expand, add a lot of stakeholders in exponential way. So any funding involved, and tell us that experience to us.
So it was in December 2021, when Nima Rani, who was an NRA and my customer, so
Hmm.
she got to know that we are looking out for funding, and she approached me and said, I'm going to fund you because I believed in this idea, and I want to invest in CloudTailor. So that's how we got our initial funding from her, from our customer. Then there was one more, Nirupa, who was also my long time customer. They all
Hmm.
believed in, that's what many of my customers have become my very good friends, and also the investors in the company. And she also invested. And after that, we had 35 North Ventures, who also liked the idea. And that's how we got our seed funding, and the remaining funding has been done. So
Hmm.
now we are in the pre-series A funding cycle right now.
Got you. When you go to investors, what kind of questions do they ask you? I mean, this is such a unique model, and investors also don't have any, role models, examples to look out for, and so that they can benchmark against them. So, what questions do you get asked?
Uh, Most importantly, everyone would be always asking me about the scalability.
Mhm.
How do you scale? And now the question on scalability has come down, because we have proved that we are scalable. Unlike any other boutiques,
Mhm.
we are in a better place. Like I told you, we are present across 13 cities and 25 plus outlets. So now scalability is not a question. Um, um, Other important things, what they generally ask is about how do you plan to expand next, and what about the alterations? How do you, because this is another most important challenge for any woman, alterations. So the so alterations also we are tackling with providing them lifetime alteration. If you get any garments stitched with CloudTailor, so you are in Hyderabad today, you got
Mhm.
it stitched in Hyderabad, tomorrow you move to Bangalore, you can get it altered even in our Bangalore location also. So these are some of the things which they generally question, but mostly trial and tested for almost an year.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has they have been closely watching the success of CloudTailor. Um, People are now believing that this is a scalable model, and there is a lot of future in this.
My final question for you. Tell us, what is the meaning of entrepreneurship for you? What is an entrepreneur? Who is an entrepreneur?
Um, Entrepreneur is someone who solves a problem. For me, it is someone who solves a problem. See, tailoring, the example for me of cloud tailor only. Like I'm not doing anything new here. I
Hmm.
haven't invented a new market. It is everything is present, but everyone is working in their own isolation.
Hmm.
I'm making it, I'm solving that problem here. I'm bringing in the technology integrated into it. I'm bringing in fashion designer assistance to you, various other add ons. I'm bringing it to you, solving the problem of the woman.
Hmm.
So you should be always open to understand what are the problems around. And if you can solve that problem, that is when you become an entrepreneur. So for me, that is entrepreneurship.
Got you. My just one more question I want to ask before we end. Tell us, what are the lessons that you have learned during your entrepreneurial journey? As in
Lessons.
those lessons which other entrepreneurs who are just starting out, they can also apply to their ventures.
Um, Few lessons I have learned is there's nothing wrong in pivoting your model, because many a times it so happens you think of doing some ABC and you enter into it, but then after a while you realize that ABC is not working, but you might have to take up a path of XYZ. Then there
Hmm.
is nothing wrong in it. You can pivot the model and do whatever is actually required.
Okay.
Many people generally get scared to do that, but
Hmm.
there is nothing wrong. And always believe in yourself, because that belief in you will lead the path and will show you the path. And you should also believe in people around you sometimes, which
Hmm.
is also required. You cannot always say I don't believe in others. You have to believe in others around you to grow.
Right. Well, on this note, we are at the end of the session. Thanks for your time, Susmitha, and it was a pleasure to have you on our platform.
Thank you, Priya. Thanks a lot for having me on this show. Thank you.
Thank you.